Sadly, original member Davy Jones passed away this February, but the 3 remaining members plan to tour later on this year. Drummer and lead vocalist Micky Dolenz also has released a new solo disc called Remember. Welcome. And there's some Monkey songs on here, just some songs that you love personally, that means something to you. A few originals I know are in there. But we mentioned Davy there at the top, who passed away, and he was in a heart attack. The guy was like the picture of health.
I know.
And it stunned you, I know, but have you reconciled what went on?
Well, you never do. You never totally overcome something like that. He was like my brother. I mean, I've been around with him for 45 years. It's like a sibling. That's how I describe it. And so you never totally get over it. It's still a bit of a shock. We're in rehearsals now, and it's kind of weird just not having him, not having that dynamic around. But, you know, life does go on. We're doing this tour, and there's going to be some wonderful special moments, some surprises. I can't tell you, or I'd have to kill you. It's going to be wonderful, you know, the new tour that we're coming up with.
One surprise, Mike Naismith coming back.
Yeah, well, that was part of it. We got together at a memorial for David a few months ago. And it all started with saying we should do a memorial concert. But then it was, where do we do it? Do we do it in L.A., because he had friends and family there? Do we do it in New York? Do we do it in England? And so, you know, the ball started rolling. Mike said he would love to be involved, and it turned into it's a small tour. It's a 12-city a tour of the United States.
What kept him away for so long?
Mike just didn't perform with anybody, by himself or with us. Actually, that's not true. He came on stage with us a couple times in '86, and then in '97, we toured England just before that clip. We were touring with Mike all over the UK on a '97 tour. But he just wasn't, and never has been, somebody that's just out there all the time as a performer. He writes songs, he records, he has other businesses. But you know,
he didn't have bad blood with anybody in the group, or was there difficulties in relationships?
No, it's a typical kind of, you know, situation. You know, you have 4 guys that are all going 4 different ways. Sometimes I wasn't able to tour. I've been doing a lot of Broadway and a lot of West End musicals, and a couple of times they asked me if I wanted to go out, and I couldn't because I was on stage on Broadway.
You know, we talk about touring there. 1967, a weird pairing here, an odd pairing. Jimi Hendrix opens for you guys for 7 dates. Now, why only 7? Why did he quit after that? Was it for obvious reasons?
Digging for the dirt?
Yeah,
Billy.
Let's hear. What happened?
There's no dirt. It's always tough for an opening act to open for a big act if you're an unknown. You remember the story of Axl Rose getting, you know, booed off the stage at the Stones concert, and I remember at the Whiskey seeing the Doors get booed off the stage in front of Johnny Rivers. I mean, so it's not uncommon. The kids are there to see the opening act. I mean, the main act. It doesn't matter.
And the guitar riffs were not just too different, right? I mean,
it was very different. I'm the one that suggested he come on the tour. I saw him at the Monterey Pop Festival, and I thought he's very theatrical, the act. And the Monkees was a theatrical act, so I thought it would be a good pairing. And it was. We had a great time together. I got great photos of us backstage and hanging out, and his music, of course, was just stellar. But the kids are there, all those little 10- and 12-year-old kids who'd never heard of Jimi Hendrix. It was a little embarrassing. He'd be going, "Foxy lady, we want Davy, we want the monk, police come here, Mickey.
Years later,
embarrassing, but we had a great time. He broke the record on the tour, and then he, you know, said he wants to get off the tour. He broke his record on the tour and started headlining. And we had the Fifth Dimension open for us. We had Ike and Tina Turner open for us.
It turned out well for him.
Yeah, he did all right.
The solo disc Remember is in stores today, and ticket and tour dates for Evening with the Monkees. 12-city concert reunion tour is at monkees.com. 1968, Jack Nicholson writes the movie Head, right, for the Monkees to star in. Great photograph here of you guys. There's Jack in the back.
Yep. Just his smirk right there.
What?
So good.
Look at you, Mickey, and Nicholson.
I'm so young.
I loved your hair. You're my favorite.
By the way, I know that guy, that best-looking guy in the whole world. I knew him before the Botox and the work. And he looked like the Geico lizard. I knew that guy.
What do you remember about Jack?
Well, he was wonderful and still is. Very charismatic, a wonderful guy, great fun guy. He was hanging out with us for months, gathering information and meeting us and learning about us. And we all contributed an awful lot to that movie. Crazy movie. And There's a
To
wonderful
run with
movie.
Jack. And to run with Mickey and Jack.
Mickey.
Great.